He's never fought us. Not us united.
Die. Oh! I can so see that. That's it. Welcome to the Mandalorian rewatch. We are talking about Mandalorian season 3, episode 7. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Good. I was waiting.
Or as I'm referring to this, or as I'm currently referring to this, the Bo Katan show.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a second,
yeah.
but I'm here with Nick from the Phoenix Press, otherwise known as Mr. Rain on Everyone's Parade.
Shall we
And,
play his intro, Jared?
Ooh, that is also a good idea. But actually, here's the thing.
If you play that intro, you are guaranteing that I will play your intro on Friday. This is your chance for peace.
You always do. That's your intro. What are you talking about?
No. If you play the cringy one, I will continue this war. If you want to end this war right now, I'm giving you that option.
Fine, stop talking about Wonder Bat on my channel.
That I cannot promise. But
all right, then I can't promise I won't use this clip every time you show up in a Comics League project.
War never
Begun.
changes.
The intro wars have.
Okay, that JJheat, you are perfect.
You know what? Yeah, you get this because you know what? Yeah, this was the JJheat basically went this.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
So, let's just say after last week's episode, this was like a breath of freaking fresh air. After watching crappy celebrity cameos and the plot that went nowhere except for the ending part, we finally got an episode that focused just on Mandos, and it was they finally go back to Mandalore. And Nick, we were kind of right about the Super Commandos. Kind of right.
Yeah, it wasn't the Mandalorian clan, but it is an Imperial Mandalorian clan.
Well, yeah, it's essentially what. And by the way, Gideon finally showed up, and what they did was he had his own like squad of stormtroopers, I guess, that were outfitted with Mandalorian armor. Hence, why that rebel pilot found Beskar embedded in the shuttle hull.
Also, I will say, Gideon is culturally appropriating Mandalorian culture.
Cancel Gideon.
I mean,
it's
if the helmet fits, he literally gave himself a Mandalorian suit.
Which looks
to be fair,
cool, by the way,
this does become this. If we're counting the sequels, this does become the template for the Dark Troopers.
Well,
and
actually, if we're talking about like foreshadowing, we really get something from some Last Jedi stuff shows up. But let
me tell you, the minute Hux shows up, I'm like
immediately
audibly, I was like, oh no.
Wait, we did hear Hux. We did hear him, right?
That is Hux. That is Hux. And
that is his dad.
Cloning is your thing. I'm like, oh no.
Wait, so you mean to tell me sequel Hux is a clone of this one?
No, it's a cloner.
He's a son.
That was his division. He's not
remember
the son.
In Force Awakens, I don't know if you remember in Force Awakens, Kylo Ren did kind of make a jab at clones to Hux.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Somehow, General Hux has returned. Kind of.
Also, it's very clear, like we're leading into Heir of the Empire. It's very clear.
That yeah. The minute they mentioned Thrawn, I'm like, oh boy, this is interesting.
I mean, to be fair, Ahsoka literally said "Heir to the Empire" in her trailer, and that's as blatant as you can get.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it. Mm-hmm.
I only ask for one thing: don't make Ezra your bootleg Star Killer. If they do this, I will literally walk away from Star Wars. I do not care.
I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so on to this episode. So what's actually kind of cool. So we have the Mandalorian fleet, and it's cool seeing these two tribes like have to work together. But you see there's underlying tension because one's like a more radical group. We also got more information on what exactly Mando's tribe is. It's kind of an offshoot of Death Watch. It's not Death Watch, actually.
I thought they were just called the Children of the Watch.
Yes, they are. But remember, because they said we hit on Concordia, and then they said, "Wait, you're Death Watch?" He goes, "Well, Death Watch broke up into many different groups. It fractured." So that's what they were. That's what the Armor were saying.
But that's also implying that there's other different Death Watch cells out there.
I'm sure, and it makes sense that they were some way attached to Death Watch because that group was like fanatic. So it makes sense. But
I mean, we've always known we've known that probably since like season 2. So that's
and Clone Wars. But okay, let's talk about the Baby Yoda in the room. So they finally bring back IG-88, except
they lobotomized it basically.
He's being driven by Baby Yoda.
Cue the I'm gonna make an edit of that scene where like as soon as Baby Yoda starts piloting, and I'm gonna do like the Power Ranger scene.
Go.
I Am Iron Man would be better.
No, it's piloting like Megazord.
No, it's piloting like a Megazord. Nick is right. That's way better. And I'm gonna take
Gundam.
all the, yes,
if you want to
yes.
go, you can do Gundam as well.
I love when like he's like now that he can actually move around stuff, he's taking stuff from shopkeepers, and Mando's like, I'm regretting this choice right now.
Why?
He's like a yeah. Go ahead.
Why did I have to stick it to your mother? Why?
Go Space Rangers, nice.
I should have wore the Beskar weave. I should have wore the Beskar weave.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I love once they get to Mandalore, I also like how we get like there was a group of Mandalorians that have been on Mandalore this entire time, which I thought that was kind of cool. And then from them, during a conversation with them, we get what actually happened to the Purge of Mandalore and why Bo Katan was so depressed and how Gideon got the Darksaber. Bo surrendered.
She made a deal with the devil.
Made a deal with the devil, and then he just bombed Mandalore anyway.
I mean, that all tracks. It all seems,
Yeah, something Gideon would do.
Yeah, and we finally understand. Okay, so they're actually going to, hopefully, have to retake Mandalore versus the Empire. Because Nick, you notice those that Imperial base was kind of embedded in a cliff. What could be at the bottom of that cliff? Maybe an MSOR? I'm telling you,
I
dude.
Will say, your theory is still in play. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's looking probable.
But you got to figure it like this.
If it happens, you can call me Star Wars clairvoyant because I predicted Captain Rex's first appearance in Bad Batch when he was a cloak. I was like, that's Captain Rex. As soon as the next episode, I was right. If this happens, I predicted since episode 1. As soon as that Sora showed up.
I will say your track record has been pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah, I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
The only good Disney Star Wars movie.
I don't even count that as a Disney Star Wars movie because it's too good. Well, actually, Solo was also pretty good.
It was okay. It was aggressively meh.
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad as people say. But anyway, back to Mandalore.
I saw it in theaters,
all right.
So did I.
All right. R.I.P. to Paz Vizsla. That dude had a last stand like a boss. And then the Red Imperial Guard show up, and I'm like, oh no, another sequel reference.
Wait, did you say Reddit Imperial Guard? Did you really just say that?
I said Red Imperial
We're
Guard.
keeping that. Hold on, I need to clip this.
Oh, jeez. But anyway, the point
Talk
is...
about a Freudian slip.
Yeah, we saw those Red Imperial Guards from episode 8, so I'm like, no! Stop it!
To be fair, they're not in their full form yet, but this is very clearly what becomes those guards. I think they actually called them Praetorian Guards in Last Jedi anyway, so...
Yeah, and we got to see, actually, a blaster overheat for the first time. That's new. That is definitely new. The Reddit Awakens, nice. That's a good one, JJheat. I like that one. But
uh-oh, you're about to get downvoted to hell.
I know, but again,
hey, at least we didn't reference Raylo.
Yeah, I know.
You just did.
He went down like a boss. So, what you guys think?
Well, considering that Paz Vizsla is played by, considering that Paz Vizsla is literally played by Jon Favreau. He went down like the boss he literally is.
Yeah,
a little on the nose, but I'll allow it.
Mm-hmm. Right, I knew that as soon as the Imperials started retreating in that first firefight and the Mando started chasing, I'm like, they're pulling me to an ambush. It's the trap.
Where is Akbar when you need him?
Akbar. It's Akbar. It's not Akbar.
Whatever.
So anyway, that was pretty cool. I knew he was going to go down as soon as those Praetorian guards show up because I'm like, yeah, there's so many more of them and they have melee weapons that were penetrating the Beskar. I have not seen that before. But and then we get I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Nick, before, because we were briefly talking about this before the episode, that it is very much like this season has been very much Bo Katan centered. And actually, what's kind of funny, it started to become like a critique of the show by everyone, not just us, that number one, this season had no clearly identifiable central thread. Like ever, you could say the Mandalore stuff, but that was not like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Oh my gosh, Moff is coming back. No, it wasn't that.
Well, I would say they did kind of plant the seed of Moff Gideon early on, but honestly, the first half of the show was very meandering and had literally nothing to do with this whole thing. It's very it's just like it basically feels like they were just kind of writing it as they went along. For the record, as for the episode itself, I liked it. My problem is Dinn is getting sidelined in his own show. And I know the common excuse is, it's the Mandalorian. Yeah, Dinn and Grogu are the Mandalorians. They are the focus of the show. They're basically turning this into an entirely different show. It's not what we signed up for.
Here's the issue.
If this episode literally began with the title Bo Katan, I would not be complaining right now. If this was supposed to be a Bo Katan show with Dinn like as a side character, it would be perfectly fine.
Yeah. First off, let's get a Bo Katan show, and then you can do that. But here's the issue with it. I get what they're saying. That here's the thing. If they rename the show Mandalorians too, then I could kind of see that.
Makes sense.
But wait. It's the Mandalorian. And here's the thing. When you put the Mandalorian, that's only one dude. Until we knew Din Djarin's name, which was, for most of season 1, he was just the Mandalorian.
Or Mando, which, by the way, he's still called Mando by Grief Karga. I don't know the character. Grief Karga.
Well, at least we can be grateful that trends have shifted compared to where we were 7 years ago. Because imagine this came out around 2016.
Oh, this show would not have... if this were season 1, this show would not have gotten as popular as it was. No, absolutely not.
Literally, the show was built off of Grogu. And if you sideline Grogu, you lose about, I'd say, 70% of your audience.
Yeah, so 100...
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm like, I thought they were going to have him, like, with a blaster fighting or something like that. Because he has the IG suit. But he's just there. I'm like, what are you doing? Why aren't you on the ship?
That's literally been Grogu literally all season. He's only had 2 moments where he's like, where he took the ship and got Bo Katan and then the dart fight. That's literally been the only time where he's been relevant to the plot.
Well, at least they didn't have to waste extra CGI in that space pod.
True, yeah.
Now they're wasting even more CGI on IG8 because he's CG, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So instead of doing the pod, which I guarantee they're doing the IG88, which costs even more money. Congratulations, it gets played.
Because now, instead of having just a sphere just moving in space, you don't have to animate the walking and the weight and everything. It's so much more. But going back to this, so what do you guys think of? Also, they also answered our question like, that one Imperial officer whose name I can't remember because she's that important to the season. We found out, she was 100%. She was a spy by the Empire. Was confirmed.
We knew that all along.
We knew that. Sorry. But it was cool to see an Imperial probe droid. I was like, oh, that's cool.
I'm sorry that no disrespect to the actress. No. I'm making that perfectly clear. But she can't act. I'm sorry. Her delivery is like. Especially when she's playing off he cannot, like he delivers in such a monotone way. He does not put emphasis on any words. He literally has a personality of wet cardboard, and it's even more apparent when she's literally doing a scene with Moff Gideon, played by literally one of the Ruby Rose would have done better. Ruby Rose can at least act.
And by the way, Nick, she was exactly the same way in Ant-Man.
Like, she was in Ant-Man?
Yeah, she was in the first Ant-Man film.
No,
was she?
She was in the first. She was in the most recent one.
Oh, she was in Quantumania? Who was she?
She was one of the quantum people. She was that one that was leading that tribe. But you know what's kind of funny? Actually, JJheat, you actually gave me an interesting point to bring up here. Here's why I keep calling her that Imperial officer lady, because she never plays. Because in the two roles I've seen her, she plays very forgettable characters. It's not against her. It's just I haven't seen any like acting ability that would communicate to me that this character is memorable. Like when Moff first showed up in that TIE fighter he landed. I'm sorry,
say what you will about Gina Carano. Like, I know some people complain about Gina Carano. Like, but at least like Gina Carano, while she still had minimal acting ability, like when she was in her window of like stuff she could play, and Cara Dune was certainly in that window.
It was solid. It
was very solid. She was still like charismatic. A little bit flat, a little bit dull, but at least she was memorable. He was fun to interact with. She wasn't the best, mind you, but at least like and it's like you brought up Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose at least can emote a little bit. You know, she can act a little bit. You know, I'd say it's like a character we're talking about that I can't remember their name. Ruby Rose, and then Gina Carano.
It's like here's the thing. This character in Mando, we're just going to call her the Imperial officer, right? But the Imperial officer,
the fact
she only
that we
speaks
can't
in
remember her name it says it all.
Yeah, exactly. But here's my problem, because at least Gina Carano had like different vocal inflections when she spoke, but this person speaks only in monotone, and I'm like, it's one thing if you're playing a droid, I get that, but you're playing a human being. Act like it. Pun intended.
Honestly, it's the same kind of problem we had with Brie Larson. Like, the reason why people are saying like, Brie, can you smile sometimes? It's like because like she had like 3 expressions, and you had the same thing here. Like, honestly, like I've seen this actress when she's like smiling and laughing, and she looks so much more interesting. I've seen like interviews where like she's smiling and laughing, and she looks so much more interesting when she's
do that.
At least it's comic accurate.
And by the way, comic accurate. But she was just that. She was the same way in Quantumania. So the only 2 times I've seen this actress in a role, and now that could just be direction though that they want her to sound like menacing or something like that. So it may not necessarily be her fault. I'm not saying it's necessarily her fault.
I wouldn't be that charitable, honestly, because if she was directed to be menacing, I mean, look at Carlos Esposito. He's menacing, and that guy is all over the place.
And arguably, he only speaks in one tone too, intimidating.
But like even if he's so toned, his inflection still goes up and down.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like he's basically Carlos Esposito. He's basically like he's got like the evil businessman. Like this is gonna be a hot take, but if they cast Carlos as Black Lex Luthor, I actually would be okay with that. I think Carlos.
Oh, he would make a fantastic Lex Luthor.
He could pull it off.
My gosh, are you kidding me? He could do that.
I'm going to say that if they cast him as Lex Luthor, I would be okay with that because he would blow it out of the water.
He would kill.
Yeah.
If basically, I would just say, so you know what you did in Mando when you're playing Moff Gideon? Yeah, do that. They're pretty much the same guy. So yeah, because immediately now that you think about it, Nick, now that I think about it right now, yeah, he would kill it.
The only difference is Luthor collects green rocks and he has a major hate boner for Superman. Other than that,
and he uses the green rock resources he got from meteorites to make a war suit.
And depending on continuity, he gets radiation poisoning.
Okay, this is a discussion for regular Comics League. Let's just agree to that.
Yeah. But anyway, So what do you guys think of Mando being captured? I think they're gonna take his helmet off, like it'll be forced off.
I was surprised they didn't do that in that scene. Like literally,
Might as well.
Honestly, here's the thing, Nick.
Because he knows how much. Because I thought because Moff Gideon seems like really good into like psyops and demoralization tactics. Imagine him taking off the helmet in front of all the other Mandalorians. Like that would have been a hell of a demoralization tactic.
Well, here's the thing. It wouldn't necessarily, though, because throughout the show, they have, has it ever been removed by others? Yeah, okay, so that works. But by the way, here's what I was thinking in the scene, when that scene was happening, when he was walking up to Mando, and I'm so glad this didn't happen. I thought he was going to take off the helmet and shoot Mando in the head, and they were going to kill Mando.
No.
I was like,
Disney,
for a second there.
Disney is not that stupid. Disney is not that stupid.
They're
that. Stupid.
There's still one more episode, Nick. There's still one more episode. They could do it in the next episode.
If they kill... Well, to be fair, there have been reports that Pedro is leaving the show.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of
but
that. That's
Grogu
why I
has
have
been
this...
getting mighty cozy with Bo Katan this season.
Yeah, thinking of that and the Bo Katan redirection, I'm like, oh no, and then they didn't. But this episode,
I don't think I'd watch it. Like they literally better rename the show Bo Katan, because if they continue on the Mandalorian name and they kill off Din Djarin, I don't think I'd want to watch another episode, because that is.
You might as well
I'm
just
holding
end
myself
it.
back.
it wouldn't be the first time Disney has destroyed a Star Wars character.
Wouldn't be the first time
Luke
Disney
Skywalker.
destroyed Star Wars.
True, but all right. So now let's say this. Now, do you think? All right, so we got a pretty decent episode, Nick. Ignoring the Bo Katan part, structurally, story wise, it's a good episode, right? Would you agree?
Ignoring that, yes.
Okay, so here's what I want to ask. Now, throughout this entire series of discussions, we've talked about how there's been good episodes, bad episodes in this entire season. Now, do you think, pending what happens with episode 7, if episode 7's amazing, do you think it saves the season? Or do you think
No.
this is a lost season?
Knowing where they're heading, which is going to be like a final battle on Mandalore. Also, I'm gonna call this right now. The post credit scene is going to be a Thrawn reveal.
Yeah, 100%. There's no
like
they said this.
that's my prediction.
They actually said episode 7 is a pivotal episode, and I'm like, they mentioned Thrawn like 80 times in the first part of the episode. I'm like, yeah, there's no reason why not.
Also, Moff Gideon literally said, "Where is Thrawn? Why won't he show himself?" It's literally the setup. Also, Moff Gideon is gonna die, and Thrawn is gonna take his place as a big baddie. It's obvious they're setting that up.
Here's what I think is going to happen, Nick. I think what's going to happen is that Moff is going to escape from Mandalore. He's going to be picked up by Thrawn's ship, and Thrawn is going to execute him.
Possibly.
You have failed me. You have failed me for the last time.
Okay, 1, that's a Vader reference. 2, Thrawn was never that petty, even in Rebels.
Well, he was the type that if there was a resource that wasn't useful to him anymore, he locked it off.
Yeah, but
not
in that situation, because he's literally been adrift with Ezra since tail end of Rebels, which was right before Return of the
Jedi. Here's the thing, though. We don't know he's still adrift, because remember, pending what happens in Ahsoka, we still don't know what Thrawn has been doing this entire time.
Actually, I would say also Shadow Council. I'm pretty sure that was in Heir to the Empire. Like they're
yeah.
Also, based off of how they talked about Thrawn, it makes it seem like Thrawn is like in the mix, like he's not adrift. I think he's active.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying that they made too many. That one Imperial officer that kept talking about Thrawn. How much want to bet that Thrawn is like on the ship with him somewhere?
Also,
he's like, yeah. Go ahead.
Going off of Jared's theory, here's what I think might happen: is
go ahead.
Gideon escapes in a single ship, like a TIE fighter or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Interceptor.
whatever, and then you see a super star destroyer come by. It's Thrawn's ship. He starts talking to Thrawn, and I'm sorry, Gideon, but you have outlived your usefulness. You are now more of a hindrance than a help. And he's like, target that ship, destroy it. Because the thing is, if he's going to get rid of Gideon, he's going to do it in the most efficient way possible.
Yeah,
he's not going to be petty about it. He's not. Destroy the. They're going to destroy the ship.
Yeah, destroy the ship and shoot him out of the sky. He's not gonna haul him to the command deck, drag him to the bridge, and then kill him as a spectacle in front of the other personnel.
No, that is not the way Thrawn does. Thrawn is a very cold, calculating individual,
an efficient type person. Now Vader or maybe Palpatine would do that because they're just that petty and they're trying to.
Vader would make a show of it.
No,
Vader would
you know what Vader would do? No, you know what Vader would do? Here's what Vader would do. Vader would not even allow him on the ship. What he would do is he would crush the TIE fighter using the Force while it's still in space.
No, what he would do is while they're video calling, he's literally just looking at him and be like, You literally saw him do that in
True, but also, I want him to reach out with the Force and crush the TIE fighter. That's so much more badass. Because he's done that in the comics.
But also, I just want a reference to the scene from Empire Strikes Back where, by the way, that officer wasn't even on that same ship. He was doing it from ship to ship, doing that Force.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how powerful Vader is.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I know. Immediately when you see that, I'm like, oh, boy. But, okay, now we're going to predict some stuff. So, because next week is the season finale. So, all right. We're going to go through all three people in this panel are going to make the predictions on what we think is going to happen. So I'll go first. My prediction is that Mando's going to have at least his helmet taken off. I don't necessarily think he's going to die because here's the thing. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are still in charge of this, and they authorize and they have a movie coming out that's going to feature Mando. So they're not going to kill him off. Plus,
I'd say it's 70-30. That's my prediction.
Dave Filoni is not stupid enough to kill Mando.
Unless it's
I don't know. Filoni's been sniffing Kathleen Kennedy's farts a little bit too much the past few years, so I'm not so sure anymore.
All right, but anyway, so I don't think they're going to kill Mando. I think they'll take off his helmet and everything. I think that they're going to have and then obviously he's going to escape. Because he's Mando. I don't think he's going to be saved by Bo or anything like that. I think he's going to escape himself, and they're going to rendezvous. Or they're going to be cut off. There's going to be a battle. Bo is going to be separated. Or, there's going to be an intense battle, and, it's going badly for the Mandos because there's a small number of them left, and it looks like the fleet's about to get blown up. And then all of a sudden, because one thing we saw today is a creature can rise out of the ground in Mandalore really easily. So all of a sudden, there's going to be a shaking. All of a sudden, the ground is going to start to rise and shatter. And then
rise from your grave.
You're going to see two big-ass horns come out of the ground. And then all of a sudden, there's going to be Bo Katan holding the Darksaber on top of a mythosaur. Yeah, there's going to be a mythosaur. And then she's going to completely destroy the Empire's forces with the Mandalorians. And it is going to be dope. That's right. That's what I think is going to. And then the finale. I'll agree with you, Nick. I think there's going to be a post-credit scene showing Thrawn full face. And by the way, the actor they got to play Thrawn as Ahsoka is the same guy that played him in Star Wars Rebels.
Nice.
They brought him back, which I thought he did a fantastic job as Thrawn. That was my first exposure to a voice Thrawn. But that's the way I think it's going to go. And I think Mando. I think this could end with a Mando Bo kiss. Because they're still hinting. I mean, they did talk about this is why I serve you, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about Mando saying he serves Bo Katan. But go ahead, Nick.
So I do think his helmet is going to get taken off, and I think that Mando is going to be. He's also going to be declared a person who can walk between both worlds, which means he is allowed to freely take off his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Bo are gonna kiss and they're gonna get married because like they've been making eyes at each other. I mean, it's very clear that they've been kind of.
They have a child to bring themselves closer together.
You just gave me cancer, Jared. You just gave me cancer. I hope you're happy. And it's the worst kind of cancer. It's space cancer.
JJheat, if he keeps doing that song, I'm gonna play Nick's intro.
So yeah, obviously I said Thrawn's going to appear. Here's another thing. They're gonna have a last minute route by the New Republic. I think there's gonna be a little bit of a scene or two by the New Republic where it's like, hey, there's some stuff going on. We need to be there. So they finally get some forces to go to the New Republic because remember Beskar, and they're trying to track some stuff down. I think the guy is going to land on Navarro because he knows that's where the Mandalorians settled. Then he's going to hear that they're going to try and retake Mandalore. So you're going to see basically a New Republic fleet is going to go there to try and take out the Mandalorians. But then they're going to see that the Empire is attacking it, and they're going to change their tactics real quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That could work. That's a good prediction. I agree with you on that. And yeah,
because
I do agree with you.
Also, someone just loaded up SWTOR. I know that sound.
It'll be hilarious.
I am looking at you.
I would love if someone made Bo made they do the helmet taking off and Bo sees him and he goes, well, we're here. We can just take a quick step to the waters if you want. We're kind of halfway there. So, but yeah, as a joke, because I think, yeah, he will be declared a in-between worlds. So it's like, yeah.
I think the armor is basically going to give that pass to everyone, honestly. Where they can choose to keep their helmet on, but taking your helmet off is no longer seen as like a mortal sin or whatever. I think that's going to be the that kind of thing.
Now, here's the interesting part, though. This episode is titled "The Spies," plural. Now,
we know
I'm not one to talk about Twitter theories. Someone had a theory that the armorer is the spy for Gideon.
I don't see that because
I don't see that.
No, because if she was a spy, she would have gotten treated better. You know what I'm saying? Like why would the stormtroopers attack her in season 1? I mean, and plus she's been.
And there's no reason for her to become. There's no reason for her to become a spy later, because here's the thing: she has seen in the past that when you try and make a deal with Gideon, because she was there during the purge, ostensibly. She knows he doesn't keep his word, so why would she do that?
Now, as far as spies, Wolf might be a spy, or Sasha Banks' character might.
Maybe Wolf. Maybe he actually did break
because he
out of the transport.
He wheeled. Well, it's clear that the people that got him on the transport was his own troops, because he said his troops used Beskar, so it's very obvious that it's his own troops that did it. But Wolf could be the spy, because he's been on board, but I don't know. He could be.
Hilarious. This is the role of Grogu. Grogu was the spy this entire time. I'm only kidding. But so JJheat, what about your theories, my friend?
Well, if we're not okay. Din Djarin, I would not be surprised if they just went ahead and killed him off with Pedro Pascal wanting to leave the show. I would not be surprised.
Just to be clear, that is a rumor.
That is a rumor.
But here's the thing, though. The show was filmed and done before the rumor happened that he was upset by the show.
There could be a falling out behind the scenes, and he doesn't renew his contract.
Hey, look who's here!
What's up?
Or maybe he had already decided to leave the show, and the rumors are only coming out now because now that people have kind of seen it, and now that some of the stuff is filtered out.
So, Taladia, your thoughts on this episode?
Great, 10 out of 10. Definitely really enjoyed Grogu going, yes, no, yes,
I'm gonna
no.
have that. I'm gonna clip that and use that as a clip whenever you guys bring up Wonder Bat. And by the way, Taladia, I want to run this by you. I'm also gonna run by because I was watching the Two Towers yesterday. I want to get the scene from when because I watched all the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings because
So
why not?
yeah,
But what's kind of funny, I want to get the clip of Gollum going, "No, it burns!" Whenever you guys mention Wonder Bat.
Oh, you mean the best ship ever?
Don't make
Yes.
me play your intro, Nick.
so
Don't make. I have
heard-
my mouse hovering over it. But yeah, go ahead, Taladia.
I heard you guys were finishing up, so I just thought quickly come in and give you like quickly my review before I let you finish up.
And then give us your prediction for episode 7 as well, because we're doing that right now. But go ahead. What you think about your favorite parts and everything? Go ahead.
My favorite part obviously was Grogu going using the IG-12. Definitely that was my favorite part. And as well seeing the big tank guy
Paz?
doing the chess game. he couldn't handle defeat. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight you for it."
Yeah, exactly. And Paz dying. How's that?
Oh man,
He went out like a boss.
I saw that coming the minute I saw that the minute he said, "I will cover our backs," I was like, yeah, he's going to sacrifice himself.
So for episode 7 though, I think we're gonna be seeing a lot more Grogu interacting with Bo Katan.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Do you think he's actually going to have he's actually going to do something besides just stand there in his robot mech suit?
With Disney's
Possibly.
current FX problem, probably not.
So
I swear. And by the way, Nick wants to make an edit of Grogu in the mech suit, but he wants to edit in the Power Rangers theme in the background.
oh come on, okay, that's a bit weird.
But anyway,
Or what I might do is like the music for when they're forming the Megazord, and like right as like Megazord sequence, whatever.
and you should
I
say,
see what
"Go,
you
go,
did
Mando Rangers."
I see what
Stop.
you did there, Nick.
For the love of God, stop.
But anyway,
I might
that'd be
do
kind of
that.
cool. We have a prediction. We have a prediction. You should make that. Put the text on the screen. But we have the prediction that what's going to happen is, first off, so Mando's captured. They're going to take his helmet off. So there you go. Now, we also predict that Thrawn is going to escape in a single TIE fighter. Then all of a sudden, a super Star Destroyer is going to come out of hyperspace right in front of him, like somewhere when he's gone. And it's going to be Grand Admiral Thrawn making his epic return. And he goes, "You have outlived your usefulness, Moff." And then he's going to destroy the ship. So Moff is going to die at the end of the season, in other words.
I hope not. So,
The
but
thing is, it's clear that like they want Thrawn to be the big villain going forward. And as much as I love Carlos Esposito, they need to make room. Like this show ain't big enough for the two of us.
so
They can't have two things. And here's the problem: you can't have Moff be a henchman.
yeah.
It's just not going to work.
But yeah. So go ahead, Taladi. I'm sorry.
So before I head out, because I know it's gone past 5:47 in the morning here in the UK. I'll say this much though, guys, is that I'm definitely looking forward to episode
7.
episode 7, and I'll definitely be like doing a discussion for episode 7 with you
And
guys.
by the way, next week's episode, so because it's episode 7, and I made that promise for every season finale, we're going to be starting this episode with a live watch along. So live watch along reaction.
What time is the watch along?
Same time
time
at
is
midnight.
Okay, because I have my Pioneers live stream on Thursday. So
No. What we're going to do is we're going to do same time as today. We'll do a live watch along if you guys want to come and watch along with us. Obviously, we're not going to share the screen on YouTube, but we'll have our own thing. If you want to queue up the episode, that way you can see our genuine reactions to whatever the hell is going to happen next week.
Yeah.
So same Mando time, same Mando network.
Mando place. Yes, exactly.
And same
Mandalorian
Comics League channel. So,
Yeah.
but before I go, I got 2 words for you. No.
I'm hovering over the remove stream,
No.
dude.
No,
Don't you
I'm not saying-
dare!
No. No.
What is he gonna say? Wonderbat?
He said it. He said it.
Oh, wrong thing. What did you want to say, Taladia?
I was going to say, make sure you like, comment, favorite, and subscribe to Comics League. We're doing a 500 subscriber special soon. Very, very
Friday.
soon, guys.
Yes.
Comics League
We're
Dark,
doing
baby. And the co-founder of Comics League, Lad, will be making an epic appearance.
And
Like,
I'll
what are you
be
up to
there.
now? Like, isn't it up to like 520, 550 or something?
520.
520.
Wow.
And guys, I will be there for Comics League Dark this Friday. So that's an exclusive for you guys.
Yeah, it's because what I did, I was at 495. I post, hey, I'm 5 away. Can you guys get me over that line? Apparently, more than 5 people subscribed. I was like, what the hell?
Unfortunately, I will not be here for movie night. I'm
That's fine.
doing something I don't want to reveal, but let's just say
Yeah.
it's
I know,
slightly related.
It's epic, dude.
It's
slightly
is it?
related to what we're doing now.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
but it's in real life.
It's awesome, but you will
Oh,
be here.
you're
for
teasing me,
CLD,
Nick.
right?
You're teasing. You're
What?
teasing me, Nick.
You
you're
will be
teasing.
here for CLD, right,
Of
Nick?
course, I wouldn't
Yeah.
miss that
So-
for the world.
So this will be the
Okay,
first
cool.
thing. Oh, and the second thing I want to announce is Mikey Sutton will be on my channel next week. So
Big
tune-
get, big
That
get.
is a
Nice.
get.
Nice.
That is a
So-
get.
So that is big, and we're going to be doing a weekly show. I'm going to organize it with him. I got some big plans with him, so stay tuned on my channel. But make sure you do leave a like on this stream. Subscribe to everyone on the panel, especially Nick and Comics League. These guys deserve it the most. And I'll see you guys next stream.
See you
All
guys
right,
later.
man.
That's
See you
it.
later. All right, JJheat, your prediction. Or did I already do it?
Again, Jinjaro might be killed off, especially with that departure. Bo, I mean, who knows? We already covered a lot of the bases. They might pull the rug from under us, and Bo Katan's redemption comes full circle, and she makes the big sacrifice play. You never know.
And by
It's
the way, Nick,
unlikely.
if we are right about Grand Admiral Thrawn doing a post-credit scene announcement, we are going to spin in our chairs, going censoring, of course, but we'll be like, hell
Frick you,
yeah, we were right.
I was right. Frick you, I was right.
Yeah, exactly. We will be doing that because you know what? If the Mythosaur shows up in that if she rises out of the ground, the Mythosaur, oh, you better believe I
Frick
will.
you, I was right. Frick you, I was right.
Yes. I wish I had the Darksaber replica. Damn it. But anyway, so before we wrap up, Nick
I think I
has,
know Garrett's next big purchase.
maybe that, maybe a few helmets, maybe a couple of hot toys, but
You always
Nick,
have the hottest toys. Where does he get all
I-
those hot toys?
Sideshow Collectibles, baby. So Nick, do you have something you wanted to promote?
Oh, a couple of things actually. So I got some streams coming up. Friday we'll be doing the Friday Night Frenzy. Garrett will be joining me, and then next Thursday, April 20th, I'll be doing a pretty big stream. So on April 19th, the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, Once and Always, will drop.
Ooh. It's more fun.
And I will be doing a live stream with some of my favorite people. And we will be talking about it. And nothing official yet, but I'm in talks with a person to possibly pop in who may or may not have worked on the show. I'm not going to talk much more than that. It's not official yet, but they've responded positively. They haven't confirmed yet. But yeah, so you
Let's
might
just
want to
say,
tune in.
I know who it is. Not going to say anything, but it's a big get. Like, oh my gosh, dude. But
Yes,
if this happens, dude.
I'm not going to be revealing who it is. You're going to have to watch the show and watch for them pop in. I will say if they're confirmed or not. I will like if they're not going to appear, I'll tell you so that way you know that. But you're just going to have to wait for them to pop up.
And I will even though I probably won't be able to be on the stream, I will share a community post the day of the stream before I go to work. That way it gets a little Comics League love.
Also, don't Torrent Samurai issue 3 is still in the signups. So I'm sure there'll be a link down below. And sign up if you can. We're really close to hitting those 30. We may actually be past that. So yeah, just trying to get as many signups, and we go live May 5th.
Heck yeah. JJheat, what have you got to promote, my brother?
Well, I'm doing an upcoming collab with Nick Press on Mighty Morphin 95 and the 2017 movie. So that's coming up.
Yep, I'll be talking to you about that. We'll work out the details.
Yep. So stay tuned for that. Also, Blazing Shonen episode 4. I had to take a week off due to homework, but I'm going to talk about a certain anime character. So you have to look out for more details. Excuse me. God, I'm lagging. But
I've had those days.
Now, the Soul Tour playthroughs might be a bit delayed because for some reason they did a new update and I'm having a hard time logging on my launcher. But that's something I can figure out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, dude. We gotcha.
Yeah.
But
sub
to these guys. Sub to them. I'll have all their information in the description, including 2100 Samurai signups. Please do, and we'll be able to to grow together, because part of the reason why I got to fight. Real quick,
I just want to say, I am 5 subs away from 270.
And I am on the verge of 140, so hopefully we can get past that.
Let's help both of us get past our goals.
Yeah, the reason why I got to 500 is majorly because of these guys in Taladia. I'm just gonna say that right there. So I would like it. I would consider a personal. Wait. I'm not done yet. I would consider a personal favor if you could go into the description of this video and sub to these fine gentlemen.
Jared, I just got to say this, and I'll be expanding this on CLD. While your humility in this situation is admirable, don't cut yourself short. Sure, we helped you get there, but most of this was your doing. All 500 of those subs are your doing. Maybe not. We might have helped, and we might have had an impact, but you are the reason that you got to 500 subs. This is your achievement. Okay, we stand here on the precipice of your achievement, not mine.
I knew you. I started doing it right as you started.
Also,
I'm getting that clip.
Yes, please play that on CLD. Also, you notice how I changed the words.
Yeah, and we're going to be coming up with a list, and you guys can help us. Our favorite Comics League moments. And it can be of all time. It can be any stream, any video. I can talk about the heat I got because of Superman and Lois, because of the video. Talk about why Lois Lane's a useless character. And I phrased it just like that behind you. Here's the funny part.
You knew exactly what you were doing. And God
yes.
bless you.
Here's the actually really fun part. Our friend Pika, he got to clip that and use it in the Super Sons video because so there's a scene in Super Sons where Lois Lane apparently knows that Lex Luthor is taken over by Starro, even though it's not obvious at all. So she goes, I knew you were taken over the minute I took the meeting. So then Pika pauses it and goes, No, you didn't. Stop trying to make yourself sound smarter than you are. It's making you look horrible. Just as Jared from Comics League, who already hates you. And he played a clip from my video. Oh. It was so good.
I actually did a collab recently.
Please stop. She's already dead.
I'll actually pull up that video and play it. It's so.
You know what would be even better is if Pika had used the clip from Terminator 2 of Sarah Connor literally getting burnt to a crisp.
No, because I don't want Lois Lane to die. I still think she plays a role. I'll look this way. Her role ends when he meets Wonder Woman and forms the Justice League. That's it. Because she is there to help him transition to his adult life and being a person in Metropolis. That's good. I got that.
So you're saying that Lois Lane shipped Super Wonder?
Oh, she definitely ships Super Wonder because she understands that she can never make her husband as happy as the immortal Amazon.
I can't wait for you to get your hands on Superman, and like as soon as you do, you'll be like, all right, so I'm running the Superman comic. Super Wonder is in, and that's what it's going to be.
Oh, if I were the editor-in-chief, I would say, okay, so we're going to have the line on the side. That is the new, we'll call it like Earth 52. It'll be a good side thing. Or you know what? To not complicate it. Okay, we're trying something new. Hard reboot. We're starting it where Superman.
Oh, wow.
By the way, not only that, we're going to ignore any backlash that doesn't come from our sales. In other words, anything, the Twitter reaction is not going to matter anymore. Because guess what? It's been proven the people who are complaining about Clark Kent being with Wonder Woman instead of Lois Lane, they don't even buy the comics. They pirate them.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for them.
And guess what? It didn't, because sales-wise, the Super Wonder comic outsold every Lois and Clark book that was coming out at the time and in Rebirth. I say outsold, but if you look at the sales figures, even though they at that point was in Rebirth,
to be fair,
that'll be another thing. That's actually a good idea for a video, as a matter of fact. I might do that next Monday.
By the time Lois and Clark rolled around,
we are so far off of Mandalorian right now.
Yeah,
we're wrapping up, so it's all good.
Super Wonder was in Volume 3, so we're still in a decline at that point.
No, but even then, the sales outsold even in the crappy Tomasi volumes, they outsold.
For another video.
Yeah, I may make this my Under 2 Capes or my Monday video because this is actually really good.
By all means,
anyway,
I just we're
I know. We get that's the point of a podcast, Nick. We get way off topic, and plus,
someone's got to rein us in. So
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's what
rein the Superman in.
Your reign is so you're saying it's the reign of the Superman.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going for.
So you're telling me JJheat should be a cyborg. I should wear cool sunglasses. You should be the Metropolis Kid. We need someone to be the erratic. We need someone to be a Steel.
I'm Black Suit Superman.
All right, fine. You really
mullet and all.
That line.
Mullet and all.
Yeah, but anyway, so going back to concluding. Okay. Was this a fantastic episode compared to the last one we got? Yeah.
Yes.
I give it an 8. I want to give it a 7.5, but I'll be charitable and give it an 8.
I'll give it an 8 as well. But
I'm giving it an 8.5 because it was fun. Need a little more action, but
if this was called the Bo Katan show, if the show was called Bo Katan, I'd probably give the episode an 8.
9, honestly.
I probably would have given the 8.75. Like even if this was literally called Bo Katan, it was good, but not like, oh my god, spectacular 9 good.
It wasn't like that, like the episode that was just a war movie with Mandalorians, because that was like, oh my gosh,
that was awesome. A 9. That was a 9.5.
Yeah, that was 100% there. But anyway, let me put it this way. Had a blast watching it. And even Angry Joe, who has been like hammering this season, is like, no, we actually got a good episode. Isn't this awesome? Well, then again, he also thought the episode 3 was like one of the best episodes. So I'm like, no, I gotta agree with you.
There's a reason I don't follow Angry Joe. There's a reason.
But anyway, so in terms of what's coming on Comics League on Monday, I may do the sales of Super Wonder, or I'll just do that on a Monday video because that doesn't seem like it could fit out the entire podcast topic, but we're going to do that. And again, like we said, Friday is the CLD, but most of that stream is going to be talking about 500 subs. We'll have like Lad on, we'll talk, we'll reminisce, and we'll have fun. And then Saturday, for movie night, we're talking about Batman Superman Apocalypse, the best non-DeCamu animated movie of all time, I think.
Red Hood would disagree with you on that.
What?
Under the Red Hood would disagree with you on that.
Oh, that one's still good, but it's personally my favorite because I'm a huge Trinity fan, and the Trinity play a heavy role in that. And New Gods and the Female Furies, my favorite part. So I'm like, this is literally, it's like Jeff Loeb was like, let's take all of Jared's favorite parts of DC and just put them in a pot. See what happens.
Wait, didn't Superman
cool.
hook up with one of the Furies in Legacy?
And when the animated shows, he hooked up.
Don't
with
give Jeff
Latina.
Gunn any ideas.
Jeff Gunn. Wait, Jeff Gunn.
Jeff Johns.
I think he meant to say James Gunn, but he said Jeff Gunn.
All right, we need to end the episode. My mind's getting scrambled.
All right,
Hold
all
on,
right.
hold
Stay
on.
here, everyone. We
May
will
the
see you in
force
the
be
next
with you.